Hello, everyone. Welcome to the WD Carousel podcast. My name's Ian.
And I'm Crystal.
And wow, God. It's been a couple of weeks, so we're just kind of making it all work right now. So just bear with us. Just doing some new stuff,
trying new techie things.
New techie things.
Ian and
this is what I do.
With.
It's like this. My life is like this podcast is like 60% podcast and 40% me just like dicking around with technology.
I feel honestly like getting into position today was like climbing through a spider's web, being like, okay, just don't be sticky.
Yeah, don't be sticky. We're gonna have to take a picture of the setup before we go because we'll post it. It's whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We're just trying something new.
We're an at-home podcast trying to do this on we're trying
to get
the best format that we can provide it to you.
Yes, in a way that's timely and we can get good content quickly, and it's all very exciting. Anyway, today we're back on parks.
Let's talk about topics. Well, we're not doing parks per se.
I always say that when I mean property.
Yes, I know.
But we're going to talk about a resort, and we're going to talk about two resorts, which is my one note.
Yes.
We're talking about two deluxe resorts today because deluxe resorts are what we're currently going through at the moment. Mm-hmm. And we are talking about the Yacht and Beach resorts.
Yacht and Beach Club.
And you may be wondering, why do we group these? Why are you guys talking about these two resorts in the same podcast?
Well, because they basically are
the same resort.
I mean, there is like a breezeway in between them, but they are pretty much physically attached to each other. They have a lot of the same amenities that they share back and forth.
Right.
And even though theming is technically different,
it's like color scheme.
Yes. As well as one of them is DVC primarily. The other one is regular guest.
Yes.
That's pretty much the only difference here. So we're just going to lump them together. It is the same footprint.
Yes.
And so that is today's podcast.
And they share a lot of other amenities too, but we will...
I said that already.
You did say that.
I did. We're getting back to the swing of things, guys.
We're getting back into the groove.
It's been almost a month since we've done any recording.
It's bad.
It's okay. The holidays happened. Yep. We had some life stuff happen.
Yep.
And it's okay. I'm going to personally say it's okay that we took a week off. Because that is all any of these guys noticed was a week.
That's true.
So good on us. Hat on the back. But we're back, guys.
We're back.
We are here to give you the information that you are looking for.
Or didn't even know you wanted.
Getting into it. Okay, so Yacht and Beach Club was originally opened in 1990, and that is for both of them.
Yes.
So the Yacht Club and Beach Club, as separate entities, were both opened in 1990, but are the same. God, I'm so eloquent today.
I know, we're just really rocking it.
But it wasn't until 2002 that Beach Club was converted to an official DVC property.
Right. And it seemed like a lot of them were kind of set up that way, where the resorts would kind of start as just a deluxe resort, and then they'd be like, let's make some DVC out of this. It was like only Key West that was like set up.
Yeah, old Key West came out, and that was in the 90s as well. And then when they were building all these other properties, they're like, this is the potential for it. Well, we haven't done it yet.
Right.
Fun fact, when they were selling the DVC points for Beach Club, guess how much they were going for?
Per point?
Yes. Not that this matters to you guys, but it's a fun fact for me.
I forgot what the normal point stuff was.
It's okay. So in 2002, they were going for $84 a point.
A point.
Nowadays, if you were to buy directly from Disney, you're over $240.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
For the same rooms.
Wow.
Lovely inflation.
Wow, look at that. It's like college tuition.
Yeah, speaking of pricing. So I just wanted to get an idea of what these room prices go for. And so I just Googled what prices were for this week alone, and I'll let you go over the numbers.
Oh heavens, yeah. So on the low side, they're talking about $284 per night, which is pretty expensive, but not terrible. Like
it's a deluxe resort.
It's very, very, very standard for a deluxe resort.
That's actually pretty affordable for a deluxe resort.
But on the top end,
this was the cheapest I could find that day.
$1,328 per night.
That was the cheapest room again that I was able to find for that day.
That is legitimately,
I think that's this coming Sunday.
Insane.
Yes, that is ridiculous.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's the presidential suite that's available that hasn't been rented out yet.
Sure.
Because both Yacht and Beach Club do have presidential suites.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's that. It's probably including club level because both of them have concierge club level rooms.
Sure.
So that price actually obviously does go up when you are talking about adding concierge to those rooms.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, that's the cheapest. That's the cheapest. Do we know if, I can't remember, is Festival of the Arts starting? That might be starting
Oh, that
here.
might be starting right around that.
Yeah, which would then make sense why, like, the first big weekend coming up of Festival of the Arts.
Not to mention the fact that Yacht and Beach are, I believe they're in the Epcot Resort area, are they not?
They are. They are within walking distance of the International Gateway.
Which is neat. So, and they're also right by downtown Disney Springs, right? Like
no, not Disney Springs.
What's right there?
Boardwalk. The boardwalk right there. So if you are looking at Crescent Lake, literally there is this horseshoe around Crescent Lake where International Gateway is for Epcot. That is the end of the Beach Club. You can literally go from the last room of the Beach Club up into the International Gateway over a bridge.
No,
like really small.
Yeah.
And then it swings around through Yacht Club and then it's into, I believe, the boardwalk area and the boardwalk resorts, and so you have Jelly Rolls and all of those restaurants and shopping there. What you're thinking of is Saratoga.
Is that the one that's over there?
By Disney Springs.
Yes. That's right.
So they're linked to...
I literally always forget about Saratoga. Like, I just forget it exists.
It's okay. We'll cover it in another
podcast.
So they are linked to so many things within walking distance. Epcot, the International Gateway, literally right there between England and France Pavilion.
That's a super neat thing to have access to.
Yes. They have boat access, or you can walk it if you want, to Hollywood Studios. Because technically that's like a 15-minute walk.
There's boat access? I can't even
you can take
water
the boat
right there.
Yep. Through Crescent Lake. Yeah. And it stops there, Boardwalk, Swan and Dolphin, and then Hollywood Studios. And then you would walk to Epcot from there. And then also, because you're right there, access to the Skyliner. To be able to move over to Hollywood Studios if you would like.
And then that also can hit a couple other resorts that we'll talk about later. Very cool. Neat.
So it is like a high access area. So much so if you wanted to be a nerd and not really take any buses whatsoever, you could even cut through Epcot and take the monorail to Magic Kingdom.
That's actually brilliant.
It would be faster than taking the buses.
You would have to have a hopper though.
Well, yes.
Yeah, okay,
but yeah,
you're already staying at Beach Club, whatever. It's fine. Like,
so the buses, if you were to take the bus to Magic Kingdom, they have 5 stops before they get to Magic Kingdom versus just walking through Epcot and taking the monorail. It'd be faster probably to go through the monorail.
How would the bus have 5 stops?
I don't know. I think they're doing Yacht Club, Beach Club, Boardwalk, and they probably hit Swan and Dolphin on the way out.
Funny because they're just assuming that you're not going to take the bus, so why take the bus if you can do other options?
Exactly.
That is hilarious.
So
that is so funny.
The only required resort or park that you'd have to take a bus to if you're not going to pay for transport would be Animal Kingdom.
Sure, but that's true for everybody.
True. So but isolated. That's what makes this resort and this whole resort area so ideal. It's why it's
$1,300 a night.
Yeah, they built up so much around it because there's the entertainment, there's the easy access to 3 different parks. There's it's a great area to be in. I think I've talked about transport enough.
Yeah, never enough. I love Disney Transport. It's like my favorite thing.
I know. One thing that these guys share, which is they're like, everybody except for us in the episode where we talked about pools, everybody but us has basically said this pool is the best pool.
That's what
on Disney
Stormalong Bay.
Correct.
Yeah, that is. It's got. I know the big thing about it is the giant shipwreck.
That is the big visual feature.
Yeah.
But the quote unquote unique feature about it is a sand bottom.
It is sand bottom. Oh,
it is a white sand bottom, or in the main pool area is a white sand bottom pool. They also have slide. They have a lazy river.
Right.
They have travel jets. They have, like, you can borrow inner tubes and go through.
So
it's 2 acres worth of.
And that's shared between both resorts,
yes.
right? Okay. Which is one of the reasons we're lumping it together, and everyone lumps it together.
I think they said 3 or 4 hot tubs in that area alone as well. And it's crazy. They have the pirate ship, and that's where you actually get onto the water slide.
Yeah. Wow.
To be able to go through.
Yeah.
So it's a really neat feature. It's, some people say it is the closest that you'll get to a water park.
Sure.
Without going to pay for a water park.
I gotcha. Wow. Yeah. No, I had in my research, I had come across Stormalong Bay a couple of times, being like, people are just like, It's the best resort pool you're ever going to see. Yeah, so that's interesting.
I mean, we have our own opinions, and if you want to know what that is, check it out in our podcast episode about the best pools on property.
Yeah.
That one's old.
Super old. We probably should do that one again. It's going to get cyclical at some point. There's going to be new information, and we're just going to keep going.
Exactly.
But, that's okay.
But let's talk about the rooms a little bit.
Yeah.
So there are, in the Yacht Club, there is 621 rooms. And in the Beach Club, originally there were 583 rooms. With the remodel, it did drop down to 282 villas, they call them now, because DVC does villas.
Yes, quite.
But this includes the studios. This includes the 1-bedrooms.
Okay.
So revamping with full kitchens, 2 bedrooms.
Studio is just a hotel room.
With a kitchenette,
With the kitchenette, right.
Because most hotel rooms don't actually have a kitchenette where there's, they might have the refrigerator, but they don't have the little kitchen sink and the microwave and the this and the coffee maker and the...
Right.
I had to bring up the coffee maker again. Moving on. As well as they have...
I have nightmares flashing back to the coffee.
They have 1-bedrooms add-ons where they have 1-bedrooms. It's supposed to be like a 2-bedroom, but it's a 1-bedroom attached to a studio, so you both have separate entrances, but you also have the combined door. That's so cool. If you wanted to open that up and actually have a whole little family area, you can do that too. So that's why room numbers went down in the Beach Club.
Okay.
And you can still rent a room normally through Beach Club as well if you really want to, but most of the time those prices are even more expensive than the ones that would be at the Yacht Club.
Right.
So if you're going to stay, rent DVC points or go with someone that that has DVC.
Yeah. Okay.
Talking a little bit about a feature that is in only just a couple of the Walt Disney World resorts. The Yacht Club is dog friendly.
Is it really?
It's one of the few resorts that will let you bring your furry best friend to stay with you on property. It is an additional $75 a night, I believe. But if you really want to have your dog there, you can.
I'm going to have a follow-up question that I feel like we may not have the answer for at this point, but...
I probably don't.
What do you do with the dog during the day?
It sits in the house like a normal dog.
All right. Wow.
I mean, what do you do with your dog when you go to work?
No, that's true.
I don't know. We both don't have dogs.
Neither of us have dogs. I don't know what's... I mean, I had a dog in college, and she stayed in the room. Stayed in the
if
apartment.
you were at Epcot, you'd be able to come back to the room and let the dog out and do all of that stuff.
That's true. I guess, yeah. I hope that...
or hop the Skyliner to the Hollywood Studios back and forth, or...
Wow.
We're going back to transportation, I guess.
We love transportation. Wow. Yeah, it's interesting.
You can bring it. So if you are doing a bigger trip with like family, pets, all of that, and decided to actually stay at a hotel one night,
right,
it's an option for you.
Okay.
Which
all right.
Some people like it.
Yeah. Hey, some people like it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the food there, because that's one thing that I love about Disney in general is food.
Yeah.
But there are some really good food options at these different locations. So Yacht Club has the newly redone Ale and Compass. They have the Ale and Compass Lounge, which is their not quick service. So you still sit down and you can have quick service type meals. So you can, they make it, bring it back out.
Okay, so you get waited upon?
Kind of. It's lounge food-esque, but they consider that their quick service area.
Oh, okay. Does that fall under
lounge.
quick service in the dining plan?
I have no idea on that one.
Interesting.
And then
I'm going to do some research on that because I'm curious.
You should.
I will.
And then there's the Ale and Compass restaurant.
Okay, and they're like
which
attached
is next to it. Yeah, I mean, I think they're side by side.
Gotcha.
With each other.
Okay.
The newly remodeled rooms are very like deep navy blue with the wainscoting. Well, not wainscoting. The wooden panels and very nice upper class of.
Very much like you're in a yacht club. Indeed.
And then there is the pool bar.
Yep.
Which both of them share.
Yep.
There's the marketplace at the Ale and Compass, which is a grab and go, so it's not a quick service. So they have the grab and go area. Yep. They have the Ale and Compass lounge. Then they have the Ale and Compass restaurant.
They're kind of making that an all-encompassing kind of food.
All ale encompassing. God, weird. Okay.
And there goes our last subscriber.
And then we get into a corner of Yacht Club where it is really close to the beach club side of things. And that is where the Cruise Cup Lounge is and the Yachtsman Steakhouse. So
gotcha.
Cruise Cup Lounge is basically the Yachtsman Steakhouse, but...
The lounge version?
The lounge lighter version.
Okay, so it's like how
where you go for a drink before you have your reservation.
Right.
Now, I've eaten at the Yachtsman. Actually, that's where Kevin used to work, is the Yachtsman Steakhouse.
Gotcha.
And we had gone a number of years back, and it was phenomenal for the steakhouse.
Okay.
We were able to get a porterhouse for like $100 and something, and it was like a meal for two and share.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They had all these like additional sides that went along with our meal, and everything was fresh and delicious. And they have an open kitchen. They have a dry area where you can see them carving up the different cuts of meat.
Wow.
And it's gorgeous in there.
Okay.
And so highly recommend it for a good meal, date night, holidays, that sort of thing.
Okay. Very cool.
So,
kind of a special treat kind of place. Cool. Yes.
And of the whole yacht beach area, that is the signature dining for that footprint.
Gotcha.
So Beach Club does not have signature dining.
Okay.
They have the buffet, though. So they have Cape May Cafe.
Okay.
Which is during the morning, the breakfast time. It is a character meal. So it's honestly one of the easiest ones to get a reservation for, to be able to meet the Fab Five.
Oh, okay.
It is Fab Five. So you're talking Goofy, Minnie, Mickey, all of those guys.
Right. I thought you were going to say Tan, Jonathan, Bobby.
You're so funny.
I'm sorry. It's all over the place.
In the morning, they have the character meal, so you're able to interact with the characters because there's not a lot of people that are back to back to back. You might get longer experiences with them or multiple visits depending on how long you are sitting there. It is a buffet, so it's easier to get people in and out of that way. Okay. For lunch and dinner, it moves over to a seafood buffet.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so everybody talks about how it's supposed to feel like you're on the East Coast and, New Englandish area. And so they have like crab legs and clams, mussels, all of those guys on the buffet. So if you really like seafood, it's a great place to go for just a seafood explosion.
Yeah.
And then like everybody's favorite place to go in this area, and you must have a dining reservation pretty much to get into it. Beaches and Cream.
Okay.
So Beaches and Cream is this side little restaurant right out of the pool area, like almost where it crosses over from Yacht to beach again, but this is on the beach side here. And Beaches and Cream, until recently, they just did a remodel, and I haven't seen the remodel yet, but it was a very, very, very tiny little hole in the wall.
Gotcha.
That they served like burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, all of that.
Okay.
And they were famous for their ice cream.
Okay.
So they did handmade ice creams. They did the sundaes. They were the ones that came up with the kitchen sink. It is a $32 portion of ice cream that the whole like restaurant gets into. So the waiter comes out with it, and it's literally in a kitchen sink that they're carrying over to you, and the lights are flashing, and then they're, you know, doing this whole announcement, and they're like, a whole can of whipped cream, and everybody's like, a whole can, and then they just
oh my God,
until the can's dead, and then you eat it.
Oh God, that just sounds
like a lot of ice cream.
like a lot of ice cream.
So you're not going to solo that.
No. If you do, send it to us. Send us a video, because we would like to see
God, that would be ridiculous.
Oh my God.
They do have a little walk-up window too, if you just want like a cup or a cone, with like a mini kitchen sink. But
I was gonna say the laundry tub. I don't know. Something else.
But that one, like I said, I've heard really good things about the food there, and then everybody wants to go, like after spending like a whole day at Stormalong Bay,
right,
and then you're, you know, just feeling very much like a beach vacation would. You go, you're kind of feeling the water still, but you're a little damp, but you're in your regular clothes, and then we'll go get some hamburgers and some ice cream. It sounds
you're painting a very like vivid picture. It's very nice. I'm sure I was doing that right now.
So that one is a good one. I'm excited to see the remodel. And that's one that I think we should really do a review on, if we can
make that happen.
Get a reservation.
Yeah.
It is.
We will let you know.
Harder than be our guest.
Do not be our guest, because it's already booked. Sorry.
Yep.
Lumiere's like, yes, we are done.
And then just a couple extra side things. So this is a really well-known area to do weddings if you want to not have a Magic Kingdom-based wedding, but more just a Disney
right, because they've got it's like a 70,000 square foot convention center, isn't it?
They do. And then they have a huge ballroom area too, so you'd be able to like take your photos if you wanted on Epcot property, and then come back for the reception there.
That's actually that's pretty cool. I would totally do an Epcot wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't like. That's not how I do weddings. Not that I've had a wedding, but I
liar.
Well, I can't afford it, Crystal. Come on. Let's be real here.
And then the final thing is they do, you know how the other deluxe resorts we've kind of brought up, where like the Grand Floridian has the huge gingerbread house, and the Contemporary has this huge like Cinderella.
There's always something
modernish
crazy
thing.
Right.
They do a gingerbread carousel.
What?
So they actually make gingerbread like horses that it actually rotates around. You're not going to ride on it, but they make a full gingerbread.
They motorize a gingerbread carousel. That sounds terrifying. I mean, it's cool, but it sounds terrifying.
Yeah. So it's a really neat little Christmas addition to that resort versus, others that, deluxe resorts, they really try and do their best for the holidays. And obviously they have Christmas trees and all of that.
Sure.
But that is like a showstopper where they have a moving gingerbread carousel. And I think this year was Peter Pan themed.
Okay.
So that was really neat. Every year they kind of change the theme up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. I think, is that all we got? I don't have anything else.
I don't have, I wasn't able to, getting a little morbid here, I wasn't able to locate any deaths. I wasn't able to locate any big historical things that happened.
We do try to do that, but it's nice. So if you don't want anything weird happening, it's an option.
No bad connotations to this one at all.
Nice.
Other than maybe the price tag.
Yeah, that's a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, and on that note, this has been WD Carousel of Podcast. My name's Crystal.
And I'm Ian.
And we hope you have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye.